Today we are going to be talking about the sniper suite. You can see we got the Headhunter indicator on, VP Sovereign Rain, and the Oathkeeper. Now I've done separate videos on all three of these. This version of Headhunters is not the version that we started with. I probably should have waited to make that video, so I'll probably end up making another video about Headhunters. Or I can just go over it here before we get into everything together. So changed up some of the parameters solely for Headhunters. Added what I like to call mini spider lines and 50 MA, and changed some of the parameters for the signals to print. You know, these are longs. These are potential potential scalps, but I haven't really been using them as potential scalps because you can see when you see a cluster of them, price starts to do something. So maybe in the future we'll come up with a strategy based off that, but for right now we're just gonna leave those alone. But you can see the main purpose of the Headhunter indicator, like we've already said, is it's supposed to be a very, very powerful reversal indicator. And as you can see, when we get reversals, it starts indicating. And this is just a 1 minute, so let's go to the 12 minute. I like to scalp on the 12 minute. Also on the Headhunter indicator, we added, I guess I can show you here, scalp short, scalp long, super short, super long, short, long, previous day close, daily open, previous day low, and previous day high. Price likes to respect those levels, usually comes back, it's good for scalping. And then we got the VWAPs, which is what I call the mini spider lines. And you can see price loves the VWAPs. I mean, even all the way up to the daily, when we just got this big push down, came down to the VWAP. And usually on my chart I have spider lines, but it came right down to the VWAP. Spider line was like right here, somewhere in this area. And as you can see, we got the push down. So let's see what happens when. Now, Headhunter didn't print along over here on the daily, but we did get, Oathkeeper did print this, which is telling us once we got this move down and it was finished, so we got an orange volume candle spike, which means basically fake out. This was a fake out to the downside. And we were looking to go back up. And we also printed a green dot on the same volume candle that day, which was like, even though this was a fake out, the following candle is going to be a reversal. And you can, I've already went over the Oathkeeper plenty of times, so you can see verbatim when we print a green dot, especially on the higher time frames, the next candle is usually a reversal. On the lower time frames, you have to take it with a grain of salt, but on the higher time frames, now we've looked at this before. I'm pretty sure this is FOMC or something, big manipulation candle. But once again, manipulation right here, you can see this really wasn't a good print because it's no way you could have seen this coming. You could have tried, but you just, low time frame maybe. So that wasn't a good example, but right here, next candle, reversal. And that doesn't mean it's going to be a reversal for the next pattern of the candles, because sometimes, like when it prints right here, but the money flow is still green, you can see it really was an indication of continuation. But we did get a reversal on that next candle, and you could have shorted this candle down. Let me see. It would have been an in and outy. In and out. But almost 2% move for a day of price action. That was probably just a choppy day. Probably wouldn't have traded that. All right, so low time frame, using everything in one congruent all together. So right now, you can see prices coming down. Headhunter did print a long right here, and we did end up getting long right here, because I'm pretty sure there's a spider line right here and there's an anchored VWAP under here, but that's another video for another time. So just in this right here, I did give a short this morning. In the Discord, I gave a short this morning. Let me see where it's at. Well, I didn't give a short on the Discord. I did a market update on a video and gave a short. So it ended up playing out, as you can see. Apparently I couldn't paste that. Yeah. I just wanted to show you where we got short at 81,006. So price was coming up here playing on the VWAP and on the 50 MA. Couldn't get back up above the 50 MA. And that was a good short. The confirmation right here was we were about to see a reversal of continuation, because we came down after this. We did get our little continuation up, but to get further into this, when we get these prints down here for the divergence, this was basically saying that, okay, yeah, we are coming down, and price started to push back up, but couldn't get past the 50 MA and the VWAP, which is a signal for me to get short. And it was a good short, as you can see, a decent short. So all that being said, using everything in its entirety can tell you what's going on. Right here, it was like, hey, when these print down here on the Oath Keeper, you need to be realizing, hey, this isn't the time to short it yet. We're going to get a better opportunity to short it. And you didn't really get too many more, because, you know, you got this. I mean, you could have shorted any of this and still ate this. You know what I'm saying? But the best short was here, and it told you that. So right here, when we printed this, we started going back up. We creeping on this VWAP. Price volume is going down. None of our no bullish volume is in control. And the last thing that would have told me that we're going to get short is when we got this spike right here. The white candles are to tell you that there's manipulation. The white candles and these light purple, they're light pink. When you pull them up, you can make them whatever color you want, but these bigger candles are signaling some type of reversal, whether it's a small one or a big one or some type of continuation. Like right here, we got them all together. Continuation. Price is starting to get exhausted. Price is starting to get exhausted, all of these. Now you see volume start to fall off. And now once we getting higher highs up here, but we're not getting higher highs in the volume, that is volume divergence. I'm not sure if that's a thing. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's not. I don't know. But down here, we already have regular divergence. So divergence. And the one thing about the volume oscillator that I made, it's going to tell you where the volume is. Like, you literally see where the volume is, and volume started fizzling out. So the real short was up here. The real indication was, hey, price is finna get exhausted. Price started getting exhausted, but we were still pushing up. And then, as you can see what happened, price started coming down. So that's a really good example. See if I can find another trade. Here's a good example. So it's all, you know, it's easier to look at in hindsight, but if you just take your time and get through things, You'll be all right. So right here, we got the signal. Price is gonna get a reversal sooner or later. These colors are indicating that selling is stopping. The buyers are stepping in. Came down to the VWAP and the Headhunter printed. There's no other way to get long right here. And I'm pretty sure we got divergence. So yeah, when I say this thing recognizes that divergence fast, like, come on now. Long. This unless you were just staring at the chart and had a limit set, you probably would have missed this. But as you can see, big spike, which is saying, hey, this was a fake out to the upside, down. Price trickled all the way back up, came up here, gave you divergence again. A X down here printed. It was like, hey, this candle right here, you don't want to get short, but it's coming to a point that you want to get short. And look, you could have got short. That was the short. All the way back down, which would have ran you into another long with divergence again. And long. Might have gotten, you might have got a little shook right here or even right here, but this was the tariff news. So even if you wasn't paying attention to the news or whatever, you would have gotten it along and, ate pretty good. So this was just a couple of days of price action, looking at a couple of days of price action that's already happened. You can see the Headhunter. It'd be searching for the reversals, bro. No, you can't take every trade. They don't give you every trade. But when they come, you just gotta look at what's going on and see if it's feasible for you. So these were actually good shorts. These are short scalps. These are long scalps. And I guess when they start printing, you need to be looking at price action. I mean, because that was a decent scalp. You could have scalped that. So I guess that it is doing what it's doing. Disregard what I said in the beginning of the video. Because yeah, those are good scalps. This wasn't a good scalp. I could have told you this wasn't a good scalp. Price coming down here under the 50. That wasn't a good scalp. But look, manipulation, divergence, reversal, down. So yeah, I think that's pretty much self-explanatory, man. If you need any help, more guidance on the indicators, feel free to ask me. Follow me anywhere, just shoot me a DM, I don't care. Or hop in the Discord, $20 a month, basic membership, $60 a month. You got me for everything, anything you need, all day, any day. And $333 a lifetime, and you're in there forever, and you got me forever. You get the top 2 with the lifetime. Other than that, we will